Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the clan boss team that makes it be a one kill nightmare. Honestly, the easiest, and that's like I'm talking about an unkillable team. And I really wanted to show this one again because the previous video that I have on my channel about this team is a little bit, it's a little bit not too professional, because that was the first time that I built it. I did it on stream, there were some mistakes and was not as easily explained. So basically the team that I'm talking about, it's the team that uses Demetha, Harris, Seeker, fu-shan, and the last slot can be a DPS, which can be whoever you want. So the beauty about this team is that it's affinity friendly, it works from hard up until ultra nightmare, it can one key pretty easily, and it does some crazy amounts of damage if you have the right DPSs. Like for example, the team that I'm using myself, that I'm using with Dracomorph, and as a team that I will be showing, gave me a personal record for the sake of an unkillable team. I mean, I already had a personal record which used the killable team, but this time around I wanted to show, I wanted to see what I can do for this easy team, but I will want to test some other stuff. So the whole principle of this team is using the unkillable from Demetha to make it a 3-to-1 ratio. Use it again, using the increased speed from Harris and the cleanse, which Harris is, she's a farmable rare from high ups. You can farm her from campaign. She has a really simple kit, just straight up cleanses one debuff, puts increased speed on everybody, and then with this one, what's really amazing, she basically counterattacks every single time. So there are going to be some key things that I will have to show that you need to keep in mind and make sure that you do specifically. Otherwise, this team cannot work perfectly, because you want the stun to go in a specific place. You want to have specific mastery so that everything works perfectly. So let me just show you first of all the preset of this team. Then I'm going to show you the run. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's like 17 minutes. But I'm going to show you the what's it called, oh my god, I can't even speak. So I'm gonna show you the run, like part of it. We're gonna come at the end, we're gonna look at the damage, and then we're gonna have a look at the builds, the masteries, and talk a little bit about the team. But basically the presets are like this. So fu-shan, for example, for the sake of my team, because he does so much damage on his A1, and this one can proc like 7-8 times in a row. When you do the A1, it just does like a ton of hits. You just want to lock his A2 and his A3 as well. And for example, I didn't even build him with accuracy, as I don't really want his decreased defense. If you're using somebody else that does not bring a decreased defense, just has poisons, then you might want to have some accuracy on fu-shan so he does the decreased defense, and then we just lock his A2. Honestly, his A1 has potential to do more damage, that's why I did it like this. Then for Demetha, you want Demetha to prioritize the A3, second priority the A2. Make sure you do it this way, because otherwise sometimes she does not like to do the skills at the right time. So make sure you have the presets like this. For Harris, the same thing. You want to make sure you prioritize her A2, because again, if there's one or two increased speeds out there, I think she does not like to use it. So just to be safe, do it like this, because Demetha will extend those increased speeds with her A2. Because like I said, this one's not only an increased speed, but this is the one that cleanses the stun, this is the one that cleanses the decreased speed, and any other debuff if they would land out there. For Seeker, you just make him one open with the A1, and then A2, you can make it priority, but he always uses it. So you shouldn't worry about it, but just in case, make him prioritize the A2 as well. Then when it comes to Dracomorph, you can let him do whatever he wants. However, maybe you want to open with the A3. He kind of likes to prioritize, for example, if there's the decreased defense in there, he likes to prioritize the poisons. However, one thing that I noticed in this team is, if you don't take him down to support sheet to give him Master Hexer, which is not a viable option in this one, he will always have the decreased defense weaken out there, unless obviously there's a 3% resist that can happen and all that. So maybe just open with this one and then let him do whatever he wants with his AI, because it's pretty smart. So I'm gonna show you guys the run, then we're gonna come back, look at the damage, and then we're gonna have a look at the build. So see you in a bit, guys. So we are back. Look at this, 133.52 million damage. That's almost double the damage that you want to do for the one King Ultra 9, because for the sake of one, he wants 70.2 something million. So this was just insane. I mean, to be fair, yes, I do have strong gear, but if I can do this with strong gear, you can definitely do it, you know, decent enough gear, you can definitely do the same amount of damage. Look at this, fu-shan did 28.6 million, Demetha did 7.8 million, Heurus 16.7 million. It's a rare, guys, but look at that damage. Seeker 26 million and Dracomore 54 million. This team is not at its perfect, you know, it's not at its best. I could still have another blessing for fu-shan, I could have higher blessing for Demetha, I could have more revenge accessories, more retaliation, so there's plenty more that I can do to keep improving this team. But let's have a look at the builds that I have. And, you know, explain a little bit how, you know, why I build them like that and what masteries I have. So, for example, for Dracomorph, because I had a decent enough retaliation set, I put a retaliation set on him, because this team relies on taking no damage up until turn 50, when obviously we get one shot and die. So basically, having the retaliation, especially when you face Affinity, because on Affinity the boss hits on his first AoE 4 times and on his second AoE 2 times, so you have you have higher chance to proc this retaliation basically every single turn. So I went with the retaliation perception with him. I didn't really put any other revenge pieces because I didn't have like good attack or like good crit damage, so instead of using the attack one, I just went with the crit damage that gave me attack and accuracy and some other stuff. Same thing for the banner. If I had an accuracy banner or attack banner with some speed, I would have used that, because revenge and retaliations are the best sets and the best, you know, the best type of gear slash accessories that you want to use for the sake of any block damage comp. So I'm running Dracomorph at 167 speed. I noticed that this is the best speed to use for him for the sake of even Spirit. Sometimes on Spirit, if you don't have 167 speed and there's like a resistance that goes on one champion with a decreased speed and somebody else doesn't resist it, it can fall out of tune. However, 167, I noticed that it's the one that works best. It can work with the answer 68, 69, but for other what's it called? For other affinities. However, I just left it like 167 because this is the one that worked. Obviously, I wanted to have accuracy, good crit damage, good attack. Obviously, I do have like the 3-star Brimstone. You definitely want to have Brimstone either on Dracomorph or on fu-shan. It's preferable to have it on Dracomorph because he's the one, or like maybe whoever is your DPS, if you have a lot of if you had a lot of what's it called debuffs, then you want to have it on the one that does the most debuffs or goes first. Because I'll give you an example. If I had Brimstone on fu-shan instead of Dracomorph, and Dracomorph starts doing all these poisons, it can fill up the debuff bar and we do not have a space to land the Brimstone afterwards. Because he does 4 here plus 2 here, that's 6. He comes back to this pretty fast and that's like straight up 10 debuffs. However, if he's the one that has it, every time he does the A1 or the A2, even when he does the poisons, he has a chance to land the Brimstone first. So that's exactly the reason why I want it like this. Then when it comes to Mastery, obviously crit rate, crit damage, attack, and you want to take the deterrence because you are taking the stun and you want to have a chance to retaliate. Then the second one is fu-shan. Mastery is roughly the same, crit rate, War Master, and then deterrence, because again, if fu-shan's not the one taking the stun, then he will have a chance to retaliate whenever you take a stun, and that can be another crazy amount of damage. Again, I have retaliation gear on him as well with Cruel. The stats I have on him: 185 speed, 100% crit rate, 194 crit damage, 5.8k attack. Obviously, if this was no retaliation, you could have maybe higher stats on him, but still, you know, that retaliation helps me push it to the next level. That's why I wanted to go that way, and obviously I have no blessing for him. If I got the blessing for him, I would straight up go with Phantom Touch, because I already have one cruelty in the team. Remember, whenever you're facing boss content, you only want cruelty on one single person, because otherwise, you know, it doesn't count. It just caps at a certain number and stays that way. So by having 2 people with cruelty, just gets to that cap faster, like 1 or 2 faster, which you kind of lose lots of damage instead of just having a Phantom Touch. Seeker now. Seeker we have at 184 speed, 100% crit damage, 100% crit rate, 273 crit damage, 5.2k attack, no accuracy, no resist because you don't need them. He's in double cruel and 1 perception, don't really need a perception. He has that 2 pieces of revenge, like I said. Throwing in that as much RNG as you can for the sake of trying to retaliate can give you more and more and more damage and makes this team so easy to achieve. Then Masteries, same principle, War Master and Deterrence. So, you know, you kind of see the trend here with the Masteries. But yeah, Seeker is the first one and the only one that have a 6-star Awakening on my account. And obviously went with Phantom Touch because this one can dish out a ton of damage because it can do double hits when it's maxed. Also gives you the speed and all, the speed, the crit damage, the attack, you know, all the crazy stuff in there. Then for the sake of Demetha, this might be like a little bit tricky. If you cannot get anything else on her, just get straight up the speed. If you cannot hit the 100% crit rate, don't care. Just get her to the speed that you want and that's about it. And you know what? She's kind of the one that needs to be the fastest and makes this team work. If, for example, you have, I don't know, you don't have that many poisons, you can even try, obviously if you have the crazy toxic set, to put her in a toxic or in a retaliation or get some revenge accessories. If not, like I said, just give her the standard speed and that's it. For the sake of Masteries, you want to go crit rate and crit damage, and I went with the stat fast, you know, just for the sake of making sure that the stun does not go on her. I mean, it should not go if you just put her towards the back of your lineup, but you know, just to be safe, I like to put steadfast on her. And then for Heres, again, it's 100% mandatory to have steadfast, because on Spirit Affinity, if you have another if you not have another Spirit DPS, she might still take the stun. Another Force DPS, she might still take the stun. So in order to make it 100% sure that she does not take the stun, you wanna have steadfast. Also taking stuff like Lord of Steel for the sake of her, because she needs to be pretty fast. Same for Demetha. If you have difficulty hitting those high speeds, just take this one and come down here and take Lord of Steel. Do not take Rapid Response or Arcane Celerity on Seeker, Demetha or Heres. These three people cannot have anything that gives them Turn Meter Boost or Cycle of Magic, because every single skill needs to be used at the right time. So Demetha I already showed, 100% crit, 172 crit damage, 3k attack. She's not gonna do the craziest damage, but she does a decent amount there. And then Heres, like I said, again, I have no other crazy stuff on her. On Heres, Heres is the only champion you do not want retaliation or revenge accessories on, because she has inbuilt counterattack on her K. Like I said over here, counterattacks the attacker whenever when an ally is attacked. So she will always counterattack basically. Her stats are 261 speed, 100% crit rate, 243 crit damage, 5.1k, almost 5.2k attack. And again, Masteries, let me show them, support and down the offense tree. So like I said, this team is obviously using pretty, you know, I'm using, I guess, arguably the best DPS for the sake of this one. There's maybe, I don't know, maybe Crisia might do better or somebody else, but the slot of Dracomorph can be anybody. So for example, you could even use, there's a variation with what's his name, Tarvold, that brings the weaken. So for example, you would like to get somebody as a DPS that brings decreased defense, weaken, poisons. Maybe if you have somebody that does weaken and poisons together, again, can be good, because you can build fu-shan, like I mentioned earlier, with accuracy. So fu-shan could be the one placing the decreased defense. Or for example, if you have no other option, you can just bring a Geomancer. He brings the weaken, he brings the HP burn, but that way, if you bring somebody that does no poisons, you'd like to try and build somebody in a poison set. And the best one, in my opinion, best one to build in a toxic set would be Heres. Because Heres, like I said, always counterattacks, so you would not need to build two people. So you just have her in a toxic set and that would be good enough. But yeah, this is the team that I really wanted to show. This is the Mythful. I'm gonna have this link because I have it on the calculator. So I'm gonna share this one. I'm gonna make the copy of this and I'm gonna post it in the description, so you have it in case you wanted to check the stats, like, you know, change the DPS and see if you can tweak it a little bit for the sake of your own account. So yeah, one thing that I did want to mention is I might try to do some interesting variation in here where I drop fu-shan and bring in Ninja. That's gonna up the speed of everybody else, but I want to see what damage I can do. I want to see if I can do with this unkillable with Ninja in there. Can I go over 150 million with you know, with an unkillable clan boss team, which would be really nice to see. Because even if I bring Ninja instead of fu-shan, it will still work, but it will not work on Spirit, because on Spirit, Heres would take the stun. So the variation with Ninja can work if you bring Ninja instead of Dracomorph. In case you have a Ninja don't have a better DPS, he can slot in the position of Dracomorph. Just there are gonna be some different speed. Again, on Deadwood Jedi's website, if you go down here and scroll down, you see the normal one, you see the Jintoro variation, the Ninja variation, the 3-1 Ninja variation as well. So I'm gonna have this link as well in the description for you guys to check out. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. If you're enjoying my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.